do you know that content comes before designing? This might sound different to you, but content always comes before design. There are new writers who think that they need to see the designs before to write content accordingly. But that is not something that goes in a website. So when you're writing for website, it's usually you as a writer, website content writer, provide the content, then a designer comes into play. They choose the designs from whatever content that you're putting. They'll check if the designs might match and then they start to execute. So remember, you need to know what a purpose of the page is. Like even before you start writing a content, it's very essential for you to understand the purpose of that website and why they are writing content for it. So only when you know that, you can write properly and you can help in designing that particular website. And your developers need to have everything completed so they can accurately enter your copy into your content management system. So once they have the proper content, once they have the proper copy, they'll be able to understand where and all new content needs to be there, new designs need to be there, what sort of visuals needs to be there. So content needs to be reviewed and obviously approved before publishing. So this is one tip that I do. So instead of just sending them a PDF, like once finishing the document about the website content, you can send them a Word document first so that you can actually have time, save time to make edits into the live pages later. Now, let's see the anatomy of a web page. How does a web page look? What features should be there? Is there a proper format? And all of this will be seen now. So this is the anatomy of a web page. Let's get into it and see what they are. So this is your browser. This is how your browser looks like. Whatever browser you use, like Google or Safari or Firefox or whatever browser you use will be displayed here. Then comes the favicon. So favicon is basically an icon or you are brand identity. So your brand identity will come here, and then your company page name or the page name, whatever name that is, or the URL name will come here. Then you also see the URL here, like https://www dot whatever URL it is .com. Then this is the ender. Then you see the header where you see a website logo. In the header itself, you will have lots of buttons like about, blog, products, contact, and stuff like that. This is basically used for navigation and also called as navigation buttons. So everything navigation has is a separate page, and it will also require proper content. And this actually doesn't end here. You also have a three lines. This three horizontal lines is considered as a hamburger. Basically, it's considered as a hamburger because it suppresses the other contents inside it. So if you click the hamburger, you will also be able to see a drop down menu. So here, this is an example of drop down menu and the menus that have been hidden inside. So which will also direct you to a separate page that requires website content. This would be your hero text or hero image. Here, this is a hero text plus in case if a person is starting with a call to action, start your adventure, sign up now. So this is a CTA plus button that is actually driving the audience to take the action right away. Then comes a fold, then you give a space, and then you go and have an image or a video or a carousel if needed to tell who you are, to tell what you do, to depict whatever you do. And then you also have a sidebar. If in case you have a blog option in the hamburger, you can add a sidebar which will tell you recent articles or recent blogs that have been published in this particular URL. So a person touches it, they'll be like redirected to that page where the article is kept. So here they can see in the carousel or the slider, this is not mandatory, this is not important. So if needed, you can have it. So certain pages have that and certain pages actually skip these images because they actually add a carousel image here or the video here and they have straight up content. But again, in the website, you are free to do anything. You can put the photo here or here or here or wherever you want it to be, and you can write content accordingly. The next thing is this. So this is what a body content actually gives you the important crucial information that is needed for the content to be good, content to be credible, short, and as well sweet. So here this is how the body content looks like. It might or might not have a heading, so you may either use it or you don't need to. It isn't a compulsory stuff. So if in case you want a heading to be there, if you think the paragraph will much better, it'll go much better if there is a caption or a idiom, or you can even use a proper phrase here or a heading. So anything that goes with it, it's well and good. If not, it's also well and good. Then you give them proper content. This here, in case you can note it, lorem ipsum. Under that, you have an underlining function. So why is it underlined? It is because when you click or when you hover on that particular stuff, you will be redirected to another page because the link is being added. That is what is called as a hyperlink. So if you click on this particular small letters lorem ipsum, the hyperlink will take you to some other pages from this hamburger or from this drop down menu. Then you have the proper cards, then you have the footer. Usually headers and footers are very common in every website. In the headers you will be having the navigation details and what is the company all about. In the footer you will be having your contact details and the socials, in case you have what are the socials that they can use to reach you. The copyrights and all these stuffs are in the footer button. So this is the proper anatomy of a website, a web page to be fact. For each web page, there is actually a format, but you don't need to stick into that. So that is why I'm giving you a general format on how websites usually look and what are the common contents, common stuff that you need to be prepared for. Now let's see about meta description. Whenever you're speaking about website content, you should know that meta description is also something that you need to write. What is meta description? So, meta description is basically a small 150 to 160 character text that appears below the link in a Google search result or a Bing search result. So, whatever search engine you're using, whenever you search for something, there will also always be like this. It looks like this. For example, let's say this delante.co about lumaxizin stroni. So this is the company's logo. This is the URL. It tells where it's going. And then you have the heading for that particular URL. Meet our team hyphen SEO or SEM agency Delente. It's actually located there. So here you see a text saying that leave a message, send us the address of your website and your contact number. We'll get in touch with you within 48 hours. Write to us. So after that, it's not actually displaying. Why is it? Because this is what a meta description is. It describes what the website content is in a very short and sweet manner. It usually has keywords and has unique text that is not on the website, because it sometimes people do take content from the website and put it on meta description, but it's better for you to have a unique and proper text to attract the audience. Only when the unique text, the meta description is nice, people will click on this particular link and look into the website. So since this particular stuff is about meta team, you have a proper meta description that is describing what it is. Let's see another example from the same website, delante.co. Here, CTR. What is it? Definition. Delante SEO slash SEM glossary. So looking at this itself, we can actually understand this particular page is speaking about CTR. They're giving the definition. It is coming from the Delante, the company's glossary. they have the keyword SEO or SEM. Since it's an agency, they want to feature as much as possible that they are an SEO optimized company, SEM company. So in that, you also see this. When was it published? Then you have the meta description. Meta description, look at it, it will be directly speaking about what is in the page and will be like giving context to the heading that is here. So in the first thing, meet our team, the context is about, if you want to meet our team, this is how you have to, like give, contact us and all this stuff. And here they're speaking about CTR. So in the meta description itself, we are telling CTR's definition, saying that click through rate, it determines a ratio of click on ad to impressions. So the definition, the important thing that you're coming for itself is given in the meta description. So in order to know more, in order to understand further much better, you will be clicking on the link. So that is meta description. Usually meta description has unique text and has in 150 to 160 characters and have a call to action, and they often consist of keywords so that they rank in the search engines. Now let's see about the website content. We do know the top priorities when writing content. We do know what a meta description right now is. Now let's actually, brush up the knowledge that you already have and knowledge that we've already learned about general content writing, and let's see how we can adapt the same in here. The first thing is you need to ask yourself these questions. These are some common questions. These are so crucial whenever you're writing website content. So I want you to take a moment, pause this particular module, take a screenshot or take your notebook where you're writing notes, write all these questions. In case or if you are becoming a website content writer, these are some crucial questions that you should have the answer to. It's not just only about questions, it's about the answers that you're giving for these questions. So the first thing, what type of content are you writing? There are different sorts of websites. A website can be different type. One, a general website where it speaks about the product. A website where we speak about the services provided. A website where you speak about, like funding and stuff. A website where it's full of helping others. It actually gives you information, an entertaining website, an educational website. So there are different types of websites out there. So what type of website are you writing for? So that will give you the answer of what type of content you are writing. The next thing is, where is it publishing? So is it gonna be writing, you are writing for the company website that you're working in, or is it for a client's? Because based on your answer, the type of writing that you write, the formal tone, the way you write stuff will change. So that is why you're asking this question, where is it publishing? So once you know this answer, the next thing is, when is it publishing? Remember, as a writer, you will be always on toes with getting clients and delivering the projects. So when you're getting the client, you'll be so happy, you're like so cool that you're getting a new client, but that doesn't mean that excitement shouldn't stop you from giving the right date. If you're not giving the right date, then you will be on, like time crunched, and you'll not be able to provide quality website content. So it's always important for you to plan ahead, plan in advance, to understand how much time you will take to deliver or to publish a website. So, for example, let's say if a person is giving me a website content, I'm new to the total industry. So, what I would suggest you to do is, before even getting the clients, I would suggest you to write content for different websites, see how much time you're requiring for the research, for the writing, for the revision, for the editing. So understand all these things, add a plus or one or plus 1 or 2 days, and then give your client a date. Now see when is it publishing, because use the date your page goes live to backtrack and determine when you need to start writing content to finish the page by its published date. As I said, only when you know the publishing date, it will be helpful for you to actually know when you can start your work effectively. Because usually, if you're starting too early as well, you would finish it fast and you will be having a huge gap before publishing. So if a client has some doubts or client has some clarifications, you who have already finished this particular amount of writing would have, there's a chance of you to forget some bits and bits of information that you've researched or written. So it's important for you to understand the right time. And how can you do it? You can use the live publishing, date to backtrack and determine when you can exactly start your content writing work. And the next thing is, who are you targeting? Each website has a specific goal. Every website is targeted to one person or other. So in order to understand that, you need to understand what type of content you're writing, what type of business you are involved with. Then you will be thinking about who are you targeting, who do you want to reach, and what message do you need to share with them that will capture their attention. So understand who you are targeting and write accordingly. Because when you're writing for the target audience, proper target audience, the content will have a proper reach, the content will get good leads for you. But if you're not targeting to the right audience, then all this work goes into waste. So make sure you understand who you want to reach and whatever messages you want to convey in the right manner. So take your time to answer all these questions. The next question is, what is the purpose of this page? This is one crucial stuff. It's basically like, why are we doing it? Am I doing it to promote stuff? Am I doing it to market stuff? Am I doing it to, sell something? Am I doing it to educate my audience? So this particular question is somehow interrelated with the very first question, what type of content you are writing? So you can understand like this. How does this content on this page affect the overall experience on your website? So what is the purpose of this page? So purpose of this page, in sense, it doesn't mean it just refers to a whole website. It also refers to each page. So the about page's purpose is to tell people who you are, what this company is all about. The contact us page's purpose is mainly to tell people about how they can contact you, right? So all these things are important. The next question would be, what questions does this page need to answer for your audience? Remember, if you are new to a website, if you're going to a website in a new manner, you should know that what questions does this page need to answer for you. That comes into your mind, right? So what are you gaining from that website? You are creating a page under content for a reason. So your audience is always looking for answers, and that is why they are landed on your page. So what exactly is the content that they're looking for? So give them that. What are they, and what do they, what do you need to tell them? So give them that, and they will be like, looking at your website. They'll be staying in your website for a long while. They'll use your products or services or whatever you're trying to sell.